Hey students, I just wanted to check in. If you are struggling with APA in any of your assignments or in the discussions this week, I wanted to show you where to find some help. So over here at the top of all of your courses you have a resources button. If you click on that resources tab, it brings you to an enormous amount of resources, but what I'd like you to focus on is the APA guide, which is right here. When you click that link, it brings you to the Library and Learning Services page, specifically for APA, everything. Anything you need to know about APA is on this page. What I would like you to focus on, especially for the discussions, is the reference tab right here. When you hover over the references tab, you have a drop down that highlights many different references that you might be using. A lot of you choose to use websites, and those are the most up-to-date sources, so that's always a good one. You may use books if you're using the textbook for this course. You could use anything else though. Could be an article that you found in a journal or a legal material. Probably not so much for this class, but you might in other courses use that. And there's tons of other options here. So I want to show you the most common. We'll click on websites. Websites. It gives you a quick rundown about what you should be looking for, how it should be formatted in this box. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, the website citations is where you will find the examples. These examples give you a website without with an author. If you have a corporate author, a lot of times when you're doing medical research, that might be something like the Mayo Clinic or WebMD, if you do choose to use that source, even though it's not the best one. A corporate author would be one that doesn't list a specific person, but it's written by a reputable company. Then we might have a website with no author. Again, if you don't have an author listed, the information is probably a little less credible than if there was an author, but there may be a time where you do need to use a website that doesn't cite an author. And then with no date. Sometimes you'll have a website that doesn't have a specific date for a specific page, and in that case you would leave that out. For the example here, CDC, the Center for Disease Control, was the author, that's the corporate author. ND stands for no date, and that's how you would format that. So no matter what kind of website you find, just click the appropriate tab and then follow these directions. These examples show exactly what your post should look like. You should use the same font, the same punctuation, the same parentheses. Everything should be exactly as it appears in this example. I'll show you another one. Here's another one that has the corporate author, period, parentheses, date, parentheses, period, and make sure you have your capital letters the same and everything. There's a good reason that we use APA formatted Rasmussen. It's one of the most common ways to use citations and to format papers, but for me specifically, it matters that we're using appropriate citation because this is a science course and all of our science data is backed up by other evidence. And that goes for any kind of science in the entire world. You have to back up your data, what you are presenting as fact, with some sources or references to back that up. That being said, I wanted to jump back into our classroom and just show you a couple good examples. There are great examples in this class that I've noticed. Here's a good one, a couple paragraphs of information, and then the appropriately cited websites at the bottom of that post. Let's just scroll through a couple of these other ones and see if we can find another good example. Here's a great one again, the information at the top and a perfectly formatted citation at the bottom. So when you are running through your discussions for this week and every week following, make sure you're getting those citations posted because that will count for 2 points each discussion, which works out to be about 20% of your grade. So those little things matter, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone is on the same page about where to find those references if you do need some extra help. Thanks, and have a good one.